CBD is being marketed as a cure-all for humans and for dogs. But is CBD even safe for our fur babies? Let's get into it. Welcome back to Alpha Paw, your destination for everything dog. I'm Bernie Zilio, and I'm on a mission to answer every doggone question you have ever had about your fur babies. And today, we are talking about whether CBD is the right treatment for your canine companion. Fortunately, we have an expert with us today, Dr. Ross Bernstein. Dr. Ross is a seasoned veterinary professional and pet care expert. He earned his doctorate degree in veterinary medicine at UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine, and his work has been featured in several industry-leading publications, including the Journal of Veterinary Surgery. He is our go-to vet for everything we want and need to know about our fur babies. So welcome back to Alpha Paw, Dr. Ross.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. This topic is huge right now, and there are so many people thinking about giving their dogs CBD, trying to figure out if it's different from marijuana. It's all the rage in pet parent news, I guess you can say. So I'm thrilled to be talking to you about it. So bottom line, what is the difference between CBD and marijuana?
Yeah, so marijuana is a plant that's made up of many different compounds. Some of them can have different effects on the body. One of them that we commonly know that has the psychoactive effect is THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. But there's another one. I mean, there's thousands of compounds, but one of them that's a very hot topic right now, and a lot of people want to use it, and especially for their animals, is CBD, cannabidiol. So that one is another compound that's starting to show a lot of therapeutic benefits, but it doesn't have any psychoactive effects like THC.
So I know CBD has the ability to treat certain ailments or health issues in humans, everything from like arthritis to anxiety. So Dr. Ross, is it possible that our dogs could benefit from CBD if they may be suffering with like those similar ailments?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. In people, it's been found to help with those conditions that you mentioned, such as anxiety, inflammation, insomnia, even seizures. There's a lot of different benefits that it's been found to help with in people. The thing is with animals and dogs in particular, we just haven't had the time to do the research and fully understand all the side effects, the doses, the routes of administration, all of that yet. So it might have a lot of therapeutic benefits, but that research just hasn't been conducted yet. And there are tons and tons of ongoing studies, but at least to my knowledge, the results are not published yet.
I see it everywhere. People talking about giving their dogs CBD. I see it advertised everywhere.
Anecdotally, which means from my own personal experience and what other veterinarians report, is that it has been pretty successful and with very limited side effects. So a lot of people are already giving their dog CBD to treat certain conditions. Like let's say a dog came in for knee pain and they're on the anti-inflammatories and pain medication, and they're also on CBD. And some of their owners say that, oh, they weren't doing well until they started taking the CBD. And that's great. The only issue is that we can't look at a research study and say, oh yeah, CBD is the reason why your dog is getting better. We just, that hasn't been demonstrated yet in an official study.
Okay, Dr. Ross. So what I hear you saying is that anecdotally, CBD can be helpful in treating a range of health issues, everything from anxiety to arthritis, seizures, skin conditions, cancer, joint pain, a million different things. But I guess there's not necessarily enough research done for you as a professional to recommend that. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So under the current federal and state law, to my knowledge, at least, it's because it has not been FDA approved yet, your veterinarian can face legal action if your dog or pet experiences adverse side effects after getting recommended to use CBD for a certain condition.
Wow. So legally speaking, your veterinarian is not allowed to prescribe CBD in any form for your dog. Is that correct?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Okay. So then I guess a lot of these pet parents maybe are going based off their own experience with CBD and how they maybe react to the healing properties of it. But let's say myself, somebody else, any pet parent wants to give their dog CBD. Are there any adverse side effects that you can kind of warn us about?
So, kind of like we talked about earlier, the side effects from CBD are not that well understood because the full research hasn't been done. But anecdotally, and what some of the other veterinarians that I've worked with report are GI issues such as loose stool or diarrhea. And we think that that's most commonly associated with the way that the CBD is packaged. So if it comes in an oil or with other like tasteful goods, I guess is a way to make it enticing for the dog to eat. Just some uncommon food sources for the dog that can cause some GI upset. But again, the actual side effects and the adverse effect profiles are just not that well understood yet.
I'm glad you mentioned how they could consume the CBD because I'm assuming people aren't just lighting up a bong for their dogs. So what are some of the common, again, I know you can't recommend this, but what are some of the common forms that dogs would consume CBD? I assume like some sort of treat.
Yeah, I mean, just I'm sure it comes in many, many different forms. The ones that I've seen include oils, like you administer it through a little dropper. They can come in cookies, biscuits, creams, pastes. Hopefully not in brownies, but I know for people they do. But again, if it has chocolate or other types of toxic components, xylitol is another big one because people don't want the sugar in it, but xylitol can be toxic for dogs. So a lot of the side effects with how it's packaged can cause some side effects.
Totally. And this actually just made me think that a human consuming CBD in cookies, brownies, whatever, is going to be very different from how your dog should consume for all the reasons you said. Packaging is a huge, huge deal. So, again, you can't recommend this, but if the pet parents who are watching would like to look into CBD, where should they get it? What should they kind of keep in mind before kind of venturing into that?
That's kind of a hard question to answer, but if you are going to be getting it, I would say to try to get it from a well-known place, like a big reputable store or a brand that you're familiar with, that they've given it out at least a lot and that people using it don't report side effects. If you find it and it looks like a little sketchy website or some tiny boutique store that you're not really sure about it, I'd probably recommend searching somewhere else.
Totally. And I think that goes for humans too. I would not recommend consuming sketchy CBD or anything sketchy for that matter. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ross. I know this is a topic that is super prevalent in the pet parent community right now. So even though there has not been a lot of research done, I think you being a professional and shedding some light on this topic has been extremely helpful for all of us. So if you guys have any more questions for Dr. Ross or myself, drop them down in the comment section below. Again, I'm Bernie Zilio, and this is Alpha Paw. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single doggone episode. We'll see you next time.